All right, there we go. Let's see if Facebook is going to act right today. Come on, not Facebook, but Instagram. Hopefully, Instagram will give me some lighting. If not, we gotta move Instagram over. Not Instagram, but what is this thing called? Not Facebook. YouTube. There we go. YouTube. Hopefully, YouTube will give me some. There we go. YouTube, put some respect on my skin. Oh no, I'm back. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna work for. What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? What's going on? Let me see if I can try to get. I'm waiting for a few more people to trickle on in here. Don't worry about that. Don't worry. Oh man, this thing's not gonna work. It's gonna keep me like that. That's all right. Hopefully it'll clear up. Maybe if I come a little closer, it'll clear up. I hope you got your book. Hopefully you got your book. Should have brought my lighting. That would have helped out YouTube a little bit. It's all right. That's all right. I'm doing very well. Doing very, very well on this blessed and highly favored day. Looking forward to so many amazing things. But never, what's going on, everyone? Come on, everybody trickling in. I hope you got your book. If you don't have your book, don't worry. We got more coming in. Don't worry. We got more books coming in. If you don't have the opportunity guide, hopefully you got your book. All right. Hope you got. If you got your pen and paper, put the little pen and paper emoji. Put the pen emoji so I can know that you're taking notes. Remember, we're not here for entertainment purposes. We are here to learn. Not for entertainment purposes, but we are here to learn. Learn. All right. Let's get started. I want to honor you guys' time and things like that. If you have your book, great. If not, don't worry. You can go to the website pretty soon. It's backed up because of COVID-19. So it's taking them like 22 days. 22 days to ship me anything in regards to the book. So I apologize about that. Nevertheless, let's get started. Opportunity. Prior to 2 weeks ago, we had just finished up with principle number 3. Last week, not last week, but on Monday, we got into some principles from my cousin's book. And her book is actually right behind me. See, right there. Got a picture of, got my cousin book, my daughter's baby picture, and then my second. Oh, I shouldn't show you guys that. That's actually the new cover to my second book that we changed it out. So you got Michael Jackson. Why? Because he's a GOAT. I like to keep greatness in my house. All right. So hopefully you got your book. All right, let's get into it. The title of this principle that we're going over today is called Refinement of Faith. Refinement of Faith, the power of the word no. I'll give you guys a little backstory about how I even came up with the name. I give credit whenever credit is due. Refinement of Faith, the power of the word no. So I was actually sitting in church on the Sabbath, and it was a sermon that was being preached, and the pastor talking about refinement of faith, right? It's when you have to go through certain situations and you have to go through certain things, right? And then because you've been refined, meaning cleaned and redone and all this stuff, it actually helps you become stronger, right? And so what I did was I was like, oh, this is getting good. Like within the first minute, I realized that sermon was going to be impactful. And I was in the middle of writing this second book. And so I said, I'm going to write that down. So refinement of faith, it made me think of this, the power. So it's refinement of faith, the power of no, of the word no, right? Let's get into it. So first I start off, those of you who don't have the book, start off by defining the word refine, right? And refine as a verb means to remove impurities or unwanted, right? So a synonym of it would be purify, process, treat. So again, refine means to remove impurities or unwanted, right? So you're getting rid of something that you don't want. So for some of you, it's habits, addictions, it's behaviors that you have, etc., right? You need to get rid of it. It's not even let's negotiate. No negotiating at all. You have to get rid of it completely. The definition of faith, right? In this book, we call it the key corner. And word corner. And right here is the word faith. Breaks up the word faith. Faith means complete trust or confidence in someone or something. Strong belief in God or in doctrines of a religion. So a synonym of that is trust, belief, confidence, conviction, right? Religion, etc. So when you put the words together, removal of impurities or unwanted, complete trust and confidence in someone or something, refined faith. So we're getting rid of things that should not be there and gaining trust in things that we should gain trust in, right? Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense to you guys, right? So again, we always go through the prerequisites, right? Always go through the prerequisites. And the prerequisites for this one, it says, for those of you who are not familiar, if you haven't went over the other principles, the prerequisites is what you must do in order to move forward. Right? So in college, prerequisite, you have to pass it before you can go on to the next thing. And so here, let me read it to you guys. It says everyone has heard the word no. Everyone at some point in your life. Right? Hearing the word no isn't always flattering, right? The feeling can be described as a feeling of rejection. Oh man, I hate being told no. It's like it feels like someone's plunging out your heart, right? Depending on the person will depend on if the feeling is short-term feeling or a long-term feeling. So is it a short-term feeling or is it going to be a long-term feeling? Meaning, do you hear the word no and you just sit in it and you're like, oh man, I can't believe they said no. And that's all you do is sit in it. And then you have people, it's a short-term no, like, oh, they said no today. I'll come back tomorrow. Right? And so the word no can also be very impactful. The word no has influenced some of the most influential leaders. Right? How many times have you heard of the story of Walt Disney being told no? Do you guys know the story of Walt Disney? If you get a chance to go to Disneyland or Disney World, I know at Disneyland they tell a story. They tell a story about how Walt Disney was fired from newspapers because they said that he was not creative enough. The person who created Walt Disneyland World, they said his imagination was not, like, it wasn't what they wanted. He was fired from places. He told he was never going to make it. The original Mickey Mouse, he drew the original Mickey Mouse and he sold it, and then he eventually bought it back. Right? And so many characters he actually created on his own, sold them, and then he bought them back because Walt Disney became such a huge success. Right? So he was told no several times, not several, a lot of times. Right? Think about, what about Oprah Winfrey? Right? She was told no too. How many times Oprah was told no on so many different levels? In fact, she was told that because of her skin color, because of her being black, that she would never make it as a news anchor. And that also she had to change her hair. She had to do this. She couldn't wear afro. You had to wear your hair straight. So many different things that she had to change. She was told that she wouldn't make it in history, etc. She was told no so many times. But all we see right now is Walt Disney, Disneyland, Disney World. All we see is Oprah, the billionaire. We don't see what they went through. It's very obvious that they accepted short-term no's. The people who accept long-term no's are those who we don't even know. Those are the people who you're like, who? I don't know if someone's ever asked you, hey, do you remember such and such from elementary school? And you're like, no, I don't remember. Or middle school or high school or college or whatever it is. And you don't remember them. You don't remember anything that they did. Well, that's kind of like, that's how you want the word no to be to you. Like, people ask me all the time, do you remember this person from high school? I'm like, no. What about college? No. Like, it's short term for me. If it made a lasting impact on me, then I know I would have turned it into something different. Right? So let's go. It says, after being rejected, they both went on to live very successful lives. Right? How many times have you heard success stories of people who accepted the word no? How many times have you heard success stories of people who accepted the word no? None. None. No, nobody writes a book on somebody who quit. Hey, I just want want to write this book about a quitter named I don't know, Jamie. A quitter named Jamie. Jamie loved to quit. Every time they did anything, Jamie quit. Jamie was a quitter. You should be a quitter. Right? That's why when I used to work for the YMCA when I was a lot younger, they coached 3, 4, and 5-year-olds, and they used to always say, "Everyone's a winner at the Y." And I used to say, "No, we lost." 3, 4, and 5-year-olds, I would look at them and say, "We lost, or we won." When we won, they're like, "Yeah." When we lost, they're like, "Huh? No, we won. No, we lost." It was because it was. I wanted them to understand refinement of faith even at a young age. Now, if you want to win, you need to go out there. You got to figure out. You got to score more goals. You got to shoot more baskets. You got to hit the ball harder. Whatever it was, you had to do it a lot better. Because I wasn't going to tell a story about a lie. Okay, I shouldn't say lie because when I was younger, my mother used to say, "Don't say the word lie, say the word story." Right? I need to teach them about the refinement of faith. That when you finally did win, you felt so much power in you. Right? So it says, because people are not inspired by people who experience rejection and accepted it. Right? People who accept rejection are people who miss opportunities every day. Oh my goodness. I can give you a laundry list of people who just sit in their mess and say, "Hey, it is what it is. This is the life I was dealt. This is what I'll accept." And I couldn't believe it. I personally cannot believe it. The reason why I can't believe it is because I believe that there's always a yes somewhere in there. So refinement of faith, meaning we're getting rid of the impurities and we're gaining the faith. Getting rid of the impurities that we had and the power of the word no. The power, when people say no, that is a way of getting rid of all impurities. Just go back, figure it out. All right, let's talk college student. I got an F in this class. No problem. I got an F. Okay, I'm just try harder. Let me list out all the reasons why I got an F in the class. I didn't study. I didn't show up to the class. I didn't do this. I didn't read the material. I didn't feel like engaging. I didn't want to engage. When the teacher called on me, I didn't want to, participate, whatever it may be. List out the reasons why. And then what I want you to do after that, I want you to list out ways that you can ensure that that won't happen again. The refinement of faith. There are steps that you have to take. You can't just say, "Oh, I'm accepting the word no," and then you go from there. All right, let's go. All right, here we go. The word can also be described as refined faith. Refined faith. So right here, I have another picture. It says refined plus faith equal refined faith. That means removing all impurities or unwanted elements so you can have complete trust or confidence in someone or something. This is why we have to go through the refinement process, because that is how we are going to have complete trust and confidence in someone or something. Some of you aren't trusting the process. So when you hear no, because you don't have refinement of faith, you don't have refined faith, what happens is you settle. You settle for jobs, you settle for careers, you settle for just a variety of things. You settle. When really we need to install. So let me break this down. I said someone is you. So that when I say that complete confidence in someone, I'm referring to you. So you can have complete trust in yourself. When you hear the word no so many times, you start gaining a little bit of trust in yourself if you keep going. There's some people that lose all trust in themselves, all faith in themselves. Right? And the something is the opportunity. Right? All right, let's go. Here's the golden rule. The more difficulties a person encounters, the stronger need for refinement. So if that means if you've been through hell and back, you're like, I've been through a lot. That means that the refinement process for you is going to be a lot stronger. Right? It says everyone goes through refinement. But the degree of refinement differs depending on the level of faith. Right? The knowing of how to push through the difficulties, challenges, or refinement process is what separates the strong from the weak. Oh, Sade, don't say the word weak. No, there are people who who are strong, and there are people who are not strong, aka weak. And when I say, they're like, oh, Sade, don't say that's not nice. You should find another word. I'm not finding another word. I think that is the most appropriate word. And I say that because I just want to be straight up honest with you. I don't want to bubble wrap a hammer and then try to hit a nail with it. I bubble wrap a hammer and then try to hit a nail with it, ain't gonna work. But if I hit the nail right on, it's gonna go in. And so we have to go through refinement. And what we have to do is, and here's what's so beautiful about life. We all start off strong. It's not until we get around people who allow us or who brings us down to believe that we are weak. Think about it. I had a son, and my son he just cannot accept the word no. He does not accept the word no. It's a lie. He said one day, he said, Mommy, can I have ice cream? I said, no, it's early in the morning. No way are you getting ice cream. 12 o'clock came. He said, Mommy, can I get ice cream? I said, no, you can't get ice cream. 3 o'clock came. He said, Mommy, can I get ice cream? No. By 7 o'clock, I just said, take the ice cream and leave me alone. He understands the refinement. Well, I don't know if he completely understands. He just understands that no right now does not mean no in an hour, in 2 hours. Oh, how beautiful it would be if we reverted back to childhood when we didn't accept no. Oh, when we didn't accept the word no. When life hit us hard, we didn't say, oh, we just instead said, I'm going to have faith because I'm going to have faith that I'm going to get that ice cream. Let's go. All right, let's go. Here's a quote, and this quote is actually by me. I said the true compliment of how strong you are is how many obstacles you had to jump to be who you are now. So a true compliment of how strong you are is how many obstacles you had to jump to be who you are now. All right, for those of you taking notes, let's do the affirmation. I have refined faith, and I will walk in it every day. Meaning, yes, I go through trials, tribulations, many obstacles. Yes, I suffer from this. Yes, I go through that. But I'm going to make it no matter what, because for some reason, right, a lot of Christians say, oh, you can never, God only gives you what you can bear, right? And I believe that's true, right? So they're like, oh, sometimes you ever feel like, man, God must have thought I was real strong. Like God must have really believed. When God was making me, God said, this person's going to be strong. Because every time you turn around, something hitting you, right? Left, right. If it's not this, it's that. Right? I was talking to my supervisor one day at work, and she hit me up like after hours, and she said, hey, by the way, this happened. I'm like, oh. I said, if it's not one thing, it's another. She said, I know. Refinement of faith. I let myself sit in there for 5 seconds. I said, all right, let's handle it. Let's get it done. The power of the word no. Something had rejected. And so I stepped in, I sat in there for 5 seconds, got myself back up, and guess what ended up happening? The most beautiful thing, the best result possible could have happened after that. All right. So we got our quote, we got our affirmation. The tip, most important thing. Embrace your challenges by finding a lesson attached to the obstacle. You may not find the lesson until you come out of the obstacle. So for me, a lot of times I don't go through tough times and be like, all right, I see the beauty in it. I mean, there's one situation I dealt with for many years, and I could not see the beauty in it until like 4 years later. And not because I was being stubborn, but because it was really that tough of a situation. So what I suggest for you all to do is to realize that it's always a lesson in something when you come out of it. Always a lesson in something when you come out of it. Never is there, I just went through that just to go through it. No, it's always a lesson in it. And you have to take a look at your life and look at the situation that you're in, the circumstances, whatever it may be, and say, okay, what can I get out of it? And if you think long and hard about it and you still can't come up with anything, you're still going through it, and you might have to wait a little bit longer to pull that lesson out of it. All right, so the lesson, let's say you Let's use college students again. Let's say you decide, hey, I think I want to major in psychology. That's what I want to do because I want to help everyone. Oh my God, I believe that everyone deserves this or deserves that. You get in it and you realize, whoa, this is not what I wanted. And you struggle through that class. You struggle. Then that professor just happens to mention in the class, hey, I also teach, I don't know, let's say a random geography class. It's just randomly say geography. I teach a geography class at another college. You decide you like the teacher, it's just a subject matter you don't like. So you take her at the other college, geography. And you discover that you love geography. You got an F in the psychology class, geography, and you got an A. And you discover the lesson that you learn is that just because you want to help people, how are there other ways to help people? And you discover that you can help other people through geography as opposed to psychology, right? All right, so then we have a homework assignment. For those of you who can see, the homework assignment, oh, got some on YouTube, homework assignment, right? The homework assignment is for you to write down the obstacles you face and the lesson in each one of them. This is why you got to get this book, because you actually have to write in it, right? So you list all the obstacles and trials and tribulations that you had to come through, and then you write down a lesson. Funny story. Today I had to actually go to the wash house today and wash because someone's going on my washer and dryer at home. And so I'm sitting at the wash house, and I was using my bucket. I'm looking at this bucket. I've had this bucket since I was 15 years old. I got that bucket when I was in a group home. That was it. And I was like, man, why do I still have this bucket? And for some reason, I started thinking, I was like, man, this bucket been everywhere with me. The majority of my adult life, it's been there with me. I got my first apartment. When I did my first everything, that bucket was there. And so I said, man, like maybe, and the bucket's falling apart, completely falling apart. I look so ghetto at that wash house. Ain't even funny how ghetto I look. I know they was thinking something was wrong with me. Like, she just need to throw that bucket in the trash. But what I got out of it, out of that was, man, when I think about the obstacles that I went through and the lessons that's actually attached to this, to what I've been through, well, I think I look like the bucket. I look like not physically, like my life actually went through a lot, but I'm still here. That is a perfect analogy, but I'm still here. That bucket's been through everything, but it's still here. It still carries clothes. The handles are all falling off, but it's still holding on. And I've had other buckets and they just fall off. They don't work. So, you have to recognize that life is going to hit you at some point. Even celebrities. I mean, look at Kanye. All this stuff going on with Kanye West and stuff. Do you think Kanye West ain't about to drop an album and go platinum in a day? Because yes, he may go through all these trials and tribulations with his mental health, but what's going to come out of it? What I notice is that he's always off his medication when he's writing an album, because he said he can't think. And so he wants a refinement process. He's like, the lessons outweigh the obstacles. The lessons outweigh the obstacles. All right. So what we did was we went over the refinement of faith and how we must go through trials and tribulations and how we must go through hard times. And if you don't, I'm not telling you to purposely make yourself go through it, but you have to challenge yourself. I want you to begin challenging yourself. If you're not going through anything, right? Like, you ever see those smart people sit in the classroom and they understand everything? They get bored. And so what happens when they get bored, they begin to act out in the class. And then what happens when they act out, they label them a bad child, but really they were bored with the stuff because you weren't challenging them. I've grown so much from the situations I've been through. You too will make it out. All right, so let me give you guys a recap. Well, I'll give you guys a small recap. Next week, we're going to be going over small wins. You don't want to miss that one. That's principle number 5. Small wins. Small wins. All right, y'all. All right, let me see. I'll give you guys. I got some people on YouTube and then Instagram. So if you guys have any questions, I'll wait a few seconds for you guys who may have questions. If you could do me a favor. No question. All right. There. If you are in Instagram, just hit the question mark thing. If you're here on YouTube, go ahead and I will make sure that I ask you a question. Da-da-da-da-da. I'm loving it. I haven't ate at McDonald's in a long time. Da-da-da-da-da. I'm loving it. What a life I live. Beautiful life. Beautiful life. All right. Yeah, no, hey, I got to get up and do something because look, I'm getting irritated. Not irritated, but like jittery. I gotta go run, work out, do something. I got so many ideas running through my head right now. It's gonna be beautiful. All right, guys. I'm gonna go. No question, no nothing. Y'all have a great one. God bless you all.